Russia, a colossus of a nation that straddles two continents, is like a treasure trove of cultural intricacies, where its rich history, vibrant traditions, and singular way of life are proudly displayed. Yet, within this immense and diverse tapestry that is Russian society, one can unravel practices and norms that defy the expectations held beyond its borders. In this enthralling odyssey into the realm of things that are okay in Russia but illegal around the world, we embark on a captivating journey through the enigmatic facets of Russian life, which often dance to the beat of their drum when compared to conventional global norms. From the mesmerizing ballet of curious driving habits on chaotic streets to the steamy symphony of camaraderie found in the heart of public banyas, this exploration invites you to peer through the looking glass into a land where the very definition of normal takes on a wonderfully peculiar and captivatingly different hue. Homosexuality. Homosexuality in Russia has been a subject of profound controversy, largely stemming from the country's legal and societal landscape. Russia has enacted laws restricting the promotion of non-heterosexual relationships, a move that has garnered significant criticism from human rights organizations and numerous nations worldwide. These laws, often called anti-gay propaganda laws, have sparked intense international debate and condemnation. Critics argue that they infringe upon the rights and freedoms of LGBTQ+ individuals, stifling their ability to express their identities and advocate for their rights openly. These laws prohibit disseminating information about non-heterosexual relationships to minors, effectively restricting LGBTQ+ visibility and activism. The situation surrounding homosexuality in Russia is emblematic of broader global discussions on LGBTQ+ rights, tolerance, and acceptance. While many countries have made substantial progress in recognizing and protecting LGBTQ+ rights, Russia's stance remains contentious. The laws have strained diplomatic relations and led to concerns about human rights violations within the country. In this complex and evolving landscape, the treatment of homosexuality in Russia underscores the ongoing struggle for LGBTQ+ rights and the need for continued domestic and international advocacy to promote tolerance, understanding, and equality for all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Certain political activities. Russia has implemented laws restricting certain political activities, often viewed as illegal or subversive by the government. These restrictions have triggered protests and arrests, underscoring the sharp divergence between Russian policies and many other nations. Critics perceive the laws about political activities in Russia as inhibiting the right to free speech and assembly. They impose stringent regulations on public demonstrations, protests, and expressions of dissent, making it increasingly challenging for civil society to voice concerns or advocate for change. These legal restrictions have resulted in a climate where political activism is met with significant government scrutiny, leading to protests and arrests of activists, journalists, and opposition figures. These circumstances have raised domestic and international concerns, as they appear to undermine democratic principles and hinder the ability of citizens to engage in the political process. The situation highlights a stark contrast with the political norms and freedoms in many other countries, where the right to peaceful assembly and expression of political opinions is protected and encouraged. In the evolving landscape of global politics, the restrictions on political activities in Russia underscore the ongoing tension between authoritarian governance and democratic values, highlighting the importance of safeguarding fundamental rights and freedoms in any functioning democracy. Internet censorship. Russia has taken steps to control online content, including restrictions on specific websites and social media platforms. These measures often surpass the level of online regulations seen in many other countries. The Russian government has enacted laws and regulations to monitor and restrict online content deemed objectionable or politically sensitive. These measures include the requirement for online platforms to store user data within Russian borders, allowing for greater government access and control over user information. Additionally, Russia has banned certain websites and platforms, limiting access to information and communication channels. These efforts have raised domestic and international concerns about the extent of online censorship and its implications for freedom of expression and information. Critics argue that these measures can stifle dissenting voices and restrict access to diverse perspectives, ultimately limiting the open exchange of ideas and information. The approach to internet censorship in Russia highlights the ongoing global debate regarding the balance between national security and individual liberties in the digital age. It underscores the importance of safeguarding freedom of expression and privacy rights in the evolving landscape of online communication and information sharing. Religious restrictions. Russia upholds the principle of freedom of religion, which is enshrined in its constitution. However, government restrictions have been on certain religious groups or activities within the country. These restrictions can differ significantly from the religious freedom laws and practices observed in many other countries. The Russian government has implemented laws and regulations that can be perceived as limiting the activities of certain religious organizations. For example, legislation known as the Yarovaya laws has imposed requirements on religious groups to register with the state, report their activities, and in some cases restrict their ability to proselytize or engage in public activities. These measures have raised concern among religious minorities and human rights advocates who argue they can infringe upon religious freedom. Additionally, there have been instances of religious discrimination and persecution against minority religious groups, particularly those considered non-traditional or foreign. It has led to tensions and concerns both domestically and internationally about the protection of religious rights and freedoms in Russia. The situation surrounding religious restrictions in Russia underscores the complexity of balancing religious freedom with government interests and security concerns. It serves as a reminder of the ongoing global challenges in promoting and safeguarding religious freedom and the need for international dialogue and advocacy on this important human rights issue. Currency controls. Russia maintains specific currency control regulations that govern the amount of foreign currency individuals can possess and transfer out of the country. These regulations can differ significantly from currency control laws in many other nations. The Russian government has implemented currency controls to manage foreign exchange reserves, stabilize the domestic currency, and oversee international financial transactions. These controls limit individuals' foreign currency and bank accounts and carry when traveling abroad. Additionally, there are restrictions on the amount of foreign currency that can be transferred out of the country without proper documentation and approval. These measures are designed to regulate and monitor foreign currency flows to and from Russia, and they may impact individuals, businesses, and investors engaged in international financial transactions. Failure to comply with these regulations can result in penalties and legal consequences. The currency controls in Russia underscore the government's efforts to manage its financial system and foreign exchange reserves, and they highlight the importance of understanding and adhering to specific currency regulations when conducting financial activities in the country. It's advisable for individuals and businesses engaging in international financial transactions in Russia to consult with financial experts and legal advisors to ensure compliance with these regulations. Cryptocurrency regulations in Russia. Russia's approach to cryptocurrency regulation reflects a complex and evolving landscape. Unlike some countries that have fully embraced cryptocurrencies, Russia has taken a cautious and somewhat ambiguous stance on the digital financial sector. One significant aspect of cryptocurrency regulations in Russia has been the absence of clear legal status for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. While not explicitly banned, cryptocurrencies are not considered legal tender, and their use for everyday transactions remains limited. Initial coin offerings, ICOs, also garnered attention in Russia, with the government expressing concerns about the potential for fraudulent activities. In 2017, Russia introduced a regulatory framework for ICOs, requiring issuers to comply with specific disclosures and registration requirements. This regulatory move aimed to strike a balance between facilitating legitimate fundraising activities and safeguarding investors from potential scams. Energy-intensive cryptocurrency mining has faced varying degrees of regulation. While mining is legal in Russia, there has been ongoing debate about whether to impose restrictions or taxation on mining operations. Additionally, Russia has been exploring using excess energy from various industries, such as oil and gas, for cryptocurrency mining, potentially turning an environmental concern into an economic opportunity. The regulation of cryptocurrency exchanges has also been a subject of interest. Some exchanges have operated in Russia, but the government has considered stricter regulations, including potential licensing requirements, to ensure better oversight and consumer protection. In this captivating exploration of Russia's unique facets and distinctive practices, we've journeyed through a land where the ordinary takes on an extraordinary hue. Russia's tapestry of customs and regulations has unfolded before us, from the complexities of political activities and internet censorship to the nuances of religious restrictions and currency controls. As we conclude our enlightening vacation, it's clear that Russia is a nation that defies easy categorization, where tradition and modernity intertwine, and where the embrace of certain norms can be at odds with global standards. It's a land of contradictions and complexities, where rich history and contemporary dynamics coexist in fascinating ways. Our exploration serves as a reminder that the world is a mosaic of diverse cultures and systems, each with unique perspectives and practices. Russia's story is just one thread in this intricate tapestry, a testament to the richness of human diversity. Thank you for joining us on this journey through things that are okay in Russia but different from the world. We invite you to continue your exploration of the world's many wonders, mysteries, and intriguing differences. What other intriguing cultural differences would you love us to explore in our next video? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.